Welcome back to our travel stories of Namibia. In today's episode, we are exploring two famous coastal towns that are right next to each other, but couldn't be more different. Walvis Bay was controlled by the English, while Swakopmund was the major port of colonial Germany. It's like Bavaria took a vacation in Africa. Very cool, but very bizarre at the same time. They both offer awesome adventures, history, and wildlife.
Arriving to Walvis Bay.
It's so weird when a town pops up out of nowhere in the English Desert. Walvis Bay was the only natural deep water bay in the area, explaining why the English wanted to stick to it. It's a mix of cultures, Western architecture and indigenous people. T1 right now, but I think the sun is still strong. To your surprise, the coastal region is a lot colder than the desert due to the cold waters coming straight from the Antarctica.
Pretty windy, no?
Our first stop was to try some Namibian oysters. Very delicious.
Oh, they're playing cricket. Cricket!
Next, we headed to the Pelican Point, passing by beautiful homes, reminding us some of the parts of California. An interesting stop is the huge salt mine producing over 1 million tons of salt every year. The water is famous for its pink color that comes from algae growing due to the high concentration of salt. The shallow waters are home of many beautiful birds and wildlife. On our way to the neighboring Swakopmund, we saw a different face of the town, representing why Namibia has one of the highest inequality in the world. Now we know Namibia has a lot of salt, but it's also rich in other raw materials like uranium, diamonds, and recently discovered oil. The Germans liked especially diamonds, and that's how our destination Swakopmund was born as a major port, leaving a bittersweet history behind. We arrived to a lovely sunset, having some drinks and seafood before bedtime, as the next day we had a lot ahead of us.
It's really good. Spectacular.
The German influence is very visible. Look at the architecture.
What can be there? Museum?
It's a store. Wanna check it out?
Yes.
And it's also embedded in the culture. You find breweries, restaurants serving sausages and other typical German dishes next to the seafood menu. So cool. By the way, they also party like Germans, but we talk about that later. The city has public beaches, but despite the 1,500 km long coastline, Namibia is not a beach destination. The waters are rough and cold. It's recommended to swim only in the protected lagoons. The area offers many adventure activities, and as it was a foggy afternoon, we chose a quad ride in the huge dunes. It's like a roller coaster made out of sand.
It's done already. It was so much fun. Did you have fun, Balint?
Yes, I did. First time.
At night, we ended up in one of the German-style pubs. The local heroes were extremely friendly, introducing the Namibian Jägermeister, and took us to a pub crawl that did end very late. When we woke up, we knew we have a very long drive ahead of us, regretting the night before. If anyone has a good remedy against Jägermeister hangover, please leave it in the comments. Anyways, we cannot talk about Swakopmund without mentioning the Cape Cross sea lions. Cape Cross is home to one of the largest colonies of seals in the world. I don't know about you, but when I think of seals, my first impression is a cute animal. I have to disappoint. The seal colony is very stinky. The smell was almost unbearable. And while it was cute to see the seal babies crawling everywhere, you could see many that did not make it to see adulthood. Small puppy under a car. Until now, we followed a more usual itinerary, and from here we took a different turn than most Namibian travelers to arrive to Etosha National Park for safaris. Most people continue passing by the famous Spitzkopfe. We had a different idea, driving through the infamous Skeleton Coast and stop in the less visited but amazing Damaraland to stay an amazing location. We will cover this in the next episode. Subscribe for the next one and other travel stories, like the video and leave your comments. Thank you for watching.